Hello, you're most welcome, and you are live here on That Is Planet TV and That Is Planet Sports. My name is Philip Kwame Ampofo, and I'm here with Bafwa Mokwedu. Bafwa, I hope you're doing well.
I'm good, Philip. And you?
I'm also doing well. And I trust that you had a very good weekend. In as much as Chelsea lost, I'm beginning to believe that whatever that you've been telling me throughout the start of the season is coming to fruition.
Okay.
so you're becoming a prophet. And if you're a United fan out there, I know it's not looking good for you. Yes, but where else to start from? Because United on Saturday afternoon they had the early kickoff in there. They had to lost the game to that's Brentford. It was a 3-1 nil against Ruben Amorim's side. But for you watch the game, and I'm sure that Ruben Amorim as a manager, things are not really looking bright for him, and the people are not ready to sack him. It looks like they are backing him.
Well, Philip, I told you during our match preview that it wasn't anything different from what you were going to see after or before the Chelsea match.
Okay.
You asked me if United were back, and I told you that the Chelsea game was a one-off. It was due to the silliness of Maresca. That's how Amorim won that game. His panic substitutions and his naivety in terms of coaching, that has brought him that defeat. But I knew that Amorim was going to suffer the same fate, because it's not as if the boys are not good. I feel that he's just being arrogant about his game and his way of play, because we have seen the quality of what Bruno Fernandes is or what he does on the field of play. But to keep limiting him to sort of a 6 and 8 something or 8 and 10 role, no, it's actually stagnating him in terms of his output. You understand?
And his creativity.
His creativity. Yeah. You are limiting it, because it looks like he's depending on Cunha and also Mwembo as the attacking force.
Yeah.
That's players that is going to initiate attack and also supply the Sesko for goals. But if you look at all United, even though they've not had, quality seasons or they've not won titles over some seasons in terms of the league and all that, you can see that anytime United wanted to score a goal, the dependency has been on Bruno Fernandes. Yeah. He knows where and when to find the strikers. But this time around, he's sort of boxed up. He's more of a box-to-box central midfielder.
Sure.
And that's how come we have been told that he's going to compete with Kobe Mainoo in that role. And that it has to do with the manager being arrogant about his game, and he's not ready to change it and how he wants to play. And for me, that's how United are going to suffer same or continue suffering this fate.
And United fans themselves are not really enthused about their captain, that is Bruno Fernandes. If you look at Bruno Fernandes, lately he's not really putting up his best. I understand where you are coming from, that the coach is really not using him at the rightful positions and all that. But come to think of it, in the game, they had a penalty and he squandered it. It looks as if it was just about just some few weeks that he missed yet another penalty, and then again he has to miss this one at that dying embers of that game where the club needed him or his teammates needed him. He missed yet another penalty again. Is it a time for Amorim to look elsewhere in terms of his attacking prowess or his number 10?
He is the best player in that position in that team.
Okay.
He's also the best penalty kicker in that team. I'm thinking that he has gotten to a stage whereby this is the EPL. We've seen the likes of Pickford, the likes of Nick Powell. These are people that go into the game, and the game doesn't end in penalty. So it's not like a sort of a game that will have to demand penalty kicks before one with elimination games. But he goes to the game and already has names of penalty kicks or takers on his water bottle.
Okay.
Because if it happens that there's a penalty, he knows when to get it. So
exactly,
it is the game has evolved. It's getting very technical. So players are anticipating that you are playing against Liverpool, you are likely to get a penalty. You are playing against United, they anticipate it, and they know that if there's a penalty within the game, it will be Bruno Fernandes. And how does Bruno Fernandes does it? If he hops, he puts it here. If he doesn't hop, he puts it here. So if it wasn't a fluke that the goalkeeper saved it, it looked like he prepared for it.
Okay. So goalkeepers are learning penalty takers. Yes. So is it a time for teams to reshuffle or shuffle the pack when it comes to penalty takers? It shouldn't be one person taking the penalty.
It doesn't happen all the time.
Okay.
The kickers are also going to assess themselves. It's like Opama a season ago, whereby he was just given the title of not missing a penalty. He missed the first penalty, then he started missing until you got your confidence back. So you as a taker would then have to diverse and know when and how to play such penalty kicks when it comes.
On the Man United for the last, I want to find out, do you see the players down tooling? You look at their demeanor, even on that Brentford game. It doesn't really inspire confidence.
I disagree. I think that the players are playing in a particular way the coach does it.
Okay.
But it is not into perfection. We saw a hungry United side against Chelsea. And against Brentford, you realize that it wasn't as if they were reluctant. They are trying to do something. But because the system doesn't favor them, because they have not perfected the system, that's where the problem lies. But if you look at the goals that scored, for example, you could see that he was hungry. He wanted to score that goal from header to a kick. He was when he batted the ball, goalkeeper saved it. He still went in another one. That means he was ready to get that goal, that most important goal. So I don't think that the players are sabotaging. I don't think that the players are not confident enough. I just feel like the coach tactics are not actually
working to perfection. It doesn't really suit the players.
So yes, it doesn't suit the game of the players, but I do not want to sit here and doubt the commitment of the players.
Well, according to Amorim, he said, I think last week, that if you want me to change my tactics, then you might as well also change the man. There's a bigger picture, bigger conversation that we are looking at. I don't know whether you're a fan and still thinking that probably maybe Amorim is the right man to do the job, or he should be, sacked. You can just, send us a comment on the comment section, and I'll be looking at it as well going forward. But the day's other game also saw that is Man City beating Burnley. But I'm sure that you're not surprised with that result. 5-1 at the Etihad. You weren't surprised at all. It looks as if Pep Guardiola is finding his mojo. He didn't start the season well.
It's not really about finding his mojo. It's about a quality. The quality that they possess was always going to be bigger than what Burnley any trade that Burnley will actually possess. You understand? So let's not waste time on this. I think that it was a match of quality. They had a better coach. They had better players, better investment, much more quality players, and that was the result.
For Chelsea, a quick one on that one. Chelsea also losing to Brighton and Hove Albion. I remember going into this particular game. Myself, I wasn't really confident. You were having a bit of, if I should say, on the fence.
I had a huge doubt. I don't know why.
Exactly. Also on the fence. But then
I told you that I don't see Chelsea winning the game. Their best could be draw, because we have seen the level of what the coach brings on board. Yes, he might have had his way around the Conference League, and then when people come up that there's a coach that won the Conference League, for God's sake, the Conference League was won by West Ham, and if the quality of West Ham went into that league, that European tournament and won it, why should I be surprised if Chelsea walks to the Conference League and is playing against Noah FC and St. Paul FC, and then I should be surprised that they are winning? Come on, let's be serious here. It was a tournament that Chelsea possessed a lot of quality.
I remember one team in that conference, Joe Garden.
Are you serious right now? So you Chelsea go and win, and then you want to act as if the coach is a world-class coach. Maresca is a coach who is learning on the job. That's basically the problem, and he's not a Chelsea quality. If you look at the sort of coaches that Chelsea have attracted over the years, he's basically, if not the least, the worst among all of them. If you look at
if you want to look at even Frank Lampard, would you want to say that?
Of course, Frank Lampard is yes. I don't think that Maresca possesses something bigger than what Frank Lampard does on the foot of.
He qualified Leicester to the Championship. Frank Lampard failed with Derby County.
Yeah, it doesn't.
So I'm not telling you their CV.
No. What the issue is? Leicester City will have that quality than what Derby County possesses. You understand? Okay. But let's judge them based on their work at Chelsea, and I think that I will rate what Lampard did to have gone to that season being banned, not getting players, and still qualified Chelsea to that run to the point that they needed. I think that the point in time whereby the confidence was lost, and then Thomas Tuchel came in and won the Champions League. So I think that if you look at the cluster in terms of quality that has come up. I'm talking about quality coaches that has come up at the rank. I don't think that he fits any of them in terms of the build. Like of Ancelotti, Mourinho, Conte. Where does he stand among these greats? He doesn't stand in any chance. So he's basically learning on the job, and he continue to make. If you continue to make a mistake for 3 times,
you are not up there.
You are not up there. First of all, might be a mistake. Second, might be coincidence. When it happens for the 3rd time, then you know.
But for there's a project that they're embarking on, and they believe that he is the right man to take them there. A young manager with young players and all that.
It's not my investment; it's their investment. If they think that this is the man that's
you are here to analyze, of course.
Yes. So my point is that if any of them have that football sense, that's this is the Chelsea that we bought. If Chelsea had been run this way before they came in, could they have purchased Chelsea? No, Chelsea was run on quality,
very attractive,
and on result oriented. That's how come they were able to go into buy. Why didn't they go buy Tottenham Hotspurs? But because of the name Chelsea and the pedigree they have reached in Europe, that's what attracted them. And that is not how the team was built.
Okay, so that's not how the team was built. We'll be going for a quick break. When we're back, we'll be zooming in into what Crystal Palace did to Liverpool. It was very much interesting game. I don't know whether you had a chance to watch, but Eddie Nketiah had a late strike in there to put that is Crystal Palace at Selhurst Park into a frenzy. Stick and stay. We'll be right back. Okay, so you're most welcome back. You're still live here on Planet TV, and we are proudly supported by Avazonia. Above all, Avazonia are proudly supporting us if you want quality gadgets. Yes, electronic gadgets and all that. You need to trust Avazonia.
www.avazonia.com.
Yeah. All right, so we have a quick one on the Liverpool game. They lost to their nemesis Crystal Palace.
It was coming. Okay. It was coming because
you felt it coming.
Yes, I felt it coming. I felt that defeat coming because Crystal Palace now, you see that's how the football works.
Okay.
When somebody has an edge over you for a very long time, they get that confidence. The fear factor is lost, and that's what I saw against Crystal Palace. They were very confident, and then listen, you cannot downplay the work that the coach is doing. Fantastic, how they press. From the beginning of the season, when we talked about their quality, people felt, Chelsea were not good enough, but you look at how they played so far, losing Eze, for example, and still possessing that quality. I think it's good.
Oliver Glasner is doing something.
And no wonder the likes of United fans are calling for their team owners to actually purge from Crystal Palace.
Well, I don't know whether that one will be possible.
Liverpool also had the taste of their own medicine.
Exactly.
Getting the last minute going there. And then
what they used to do to other teams, I was done against them. That is for Liverpool. So that entered for the English Premier League. Let us quickly move straight to the Spanish La Liga, and it was a surprise result as far as I'm concerned. Where Atletico Madrid at home this season, they've not had a splendid of a season that I was expecting, but they were able to do against their arch rivals Madrid. They beat them by 5 goals to 2. Interesting result that was, and they lost Carvajal to injury already. Trent is also injured.
Yeah. So Philip, I told you that in our last, the last show that we did, I told you that it will be a big test for Xabi Alonso, because since he came, he's had a very good run.
Sure.
He's able to bring out the very best in Mbappe. Yes, Mbappe was solid last season, but he looks like he's very comfortable in the role that he's playing this time around. So I told you that, yes, they have been diverse. The 4-3-3, the 4-3-2, and he's been working on all that. But against Atletico, it's going to be a bigger test. And then it proved because it looks like they lost concentration.
No.
They were tactically indisciplined. The likes of Vinicius, the likes of Bellingham, the likes of Mbappe, all of them were just not disciplined in terms of their tactics. And listen, as much as you think that you are individually, you have that quality, when you go against teams that comes prepared technically and tactically, you find yourself wanting. And that is what they did to Madrid.
Yeah.
When they found that their right was weak, they
exploited
that very well. And then what a season that Alvarez is having for the for him to be last time around he had a hat trick. This time around had a double in there. And if you look at the way of manner that they dismantled Madrid team, I think that it was purely technical to the point that Griezmann had to end his goal drought against Madrid. Can you believe it? So I think that it's a great reality check to Alonso for him to know that, listen, it's a long season, you might be dominated, but when it come against technical team, you must put your boys in check, not to go with individual brilliance here.
All right, so some food for thought for Xavi Alonso. So, in fact, whatever you do, you know that this is a reality check against your arch rivals. But people are saying that this is not even Barcelona, so they should brace themselves for that Barcelona that is tested. But then Barcelona themselves, they won their game against Real Sociedad. They have to dig deep because Sociedad, had the first goal and they have to claw back into winning that game. Jules Koundé together with Robert Lewandowski. This team seems to be having a good ride with Hansi Flick.
Yeah, Hansi Flick has been able to put Barcelona in a double phase. If you watch Barcelona over a period, they play in a different system when they start this English guy, Rashford.
Yeah.
And when Rashford leaves the fray, when Rashford is substituted, they also have a different game plan altogether. And it's a mixture of both the German efficiency in the first half, and they give you their own tiki-taka in the second half. And for Hansi Flick to be doing that with this squad, and I think that, yes, it's brilliant. Before the season, people talked about getting, a better striker to compete with Lewandowski. But the man is showing that, listen, I might be aging, but the quality is still there. And then he's getting the most important goals for them. Barcelona has been doing a lot of comebacks this season. Anytime they go... They go. I think Levante also, they were 2 goals down. They came 1-4-2.
Sure.
So I think that they are very high spirited, and Hansi Flick is doing a wonderful job.
Okay, so Hansi Flick is doing a wonderful job. But tonight's game, we'll see Valencia. They'll be coming up against Oviedo. But in the Italian Serie A as well, interesting fixtures also came up. Big clash. AC Milan, they won their game against Napoli. They beat them by 2-1. Were you expecting such a result? Looking at what Conte is doing with Napoli,
Yeah,
the likes of Kevin De Bruyne. I was really, really surprised. I was thinking that probably it will be headed into a draw.
AC
AC Milan surprised me.
Having a great run in the league. I told you the first game that they lost, since then they've had all their matches. They're winning very strong. They're also very tactical in there, and I wasn't surprised. I think they looked like a very hungry side. They soak the pressure and then they attack, and their counter attacks were very solid. If you look at the first goal, for example, what's the guy's name? He has this take something. There's a winger in there that's how he ran with the ball and got in the goal in there. Christian Pulisic also got in that goal in there for the second goal. And there was a controversy whereby Kevin De Bruyne was substituted, and then he was throwing tantrums in there. Coach has come out to say that if he was frustrated about the results, he's okay with that. But if his frustration was because he was substituted and he's picked the wrong manager to do that against. And I do not want to get to the point whereby the Conte will start having issues with these big players, you understand, because it's a long season.
And it wouldn't look good at all.
Yes, we all know the quality that Kevin De Bruyne will possess in any other team. So these are boardroom issues, and I think that they are going to solve it. But kudos to AC Milan for getting that result.
All right, so kudos to AC Milan. And the other game also saw Juventus, they drew with Atalanta. It ended 1-1. And also Inter Milan, they also came, had their winning streak ongoing for them by beating Cagliari by 2-0. But we do want to have a touch on a big one. Okay, all right, then tonight's game we'll see Parma. They'll be playing against Torino, then Genoa up against Lazio. Now, quick one on the Champions League tonight. That is tomorrow. Atlanta versus Club Brugge, and also Chelsea versus Benfica. We have Tottenham against Bodo Glimt, and I don't know which one you would love to pick up, but Marseille and Ajax looks very much interesting.
Well,
for me,
I don't think it'll be interesting. The interesting one will be Chelsea Benfica, because Jose Mourinho will be doing a homecoming.
Homecoming, yes.
Yes. Ever since he took over Benfica, I think he's had 2 wins in there and a draw in there. Jose Mourinho, of course, his controversies, his interviews and all that. But against the Chelsea team, and I think it will be a very welcoming atmosphere for him. This is a team that he grew to love.
Okay.
He achieved with them, sacked, came back, won, sacked again. And he's also had that team as one of the team that he supports. You know, he says when he retires from coaching, he wants to be a punditry defending
Chelsea and all that.
So
that shows how we love the team.
Coming to Stamford Bridge, the fans and the atmosphere will be very good for him because he's going to have all the attention and all that. And for me, that's an advantage to beat Maresca again. It's a huge advantage because he's not going to receive boos. He just after the Brighton game, you'll be surprised that they interviewed the Chelsea fans at the Stamford Bridge, and then some of them were surprisingly calling for the return of Jose Mourinho. Very funny. So I think that with the welcome he's going to have and all that, it's going to become a morale boost, and then you have every Arsenal to beat Chelsea.
So you're expecting a very rousy welcome for Jose Mourinho on the second coming, or third coming, I must say, at Stamford Bridge. And he rightly said that, look, during his time, the likes of Ancelotti won with Chelsea, Conte, he himself, Chelsea was a winning machine, but you cannot say that now. And that is a huge blow for Chelsea and Maresca. But I'm expecting that probably maybe Chelsea will give us or give their fans that kind of reaction going forward. But on Wednesday to see Karabakh up against Copenhagen Union versus Newcastle, Arsenal will be up against Olympiacos, and Barcelona versus PSG. Interesting fixture. That one will be on
Wednesday. Big game in there. They both have a very interesting record in there because I think they've met like 14 times and they've met in every single group from the group stages to the quarterfinals, the semi-finals.
I think they've not met in the finals. Yes,
but
exactly.
In terms of they've met in almost
and I remember that game where Neymar single-handedly had to overturn that result for at Paris when they lost. Barcelona lost. They came. I think they beat them by 4-0. 4-1. 4-1.
They've been high scoring.
Exactly.
Very high scoring.
I remember that game.
I think they've met like 14 times. Barca has won 5 times. PSG has won 5 times, and also that they've been 4 draws in there. Interesting. And then they I think that they are going to sell us a very good match. Barcelona will want to dictate the game and wait for PSG to probably attack them. PSG will probably also be sitting back, waiting for them to attack
and hit them on the counter because of the pace.
Because of the pace and the high lines.
Doué and all that.
So Dembele is doubtful for the game.
Okay.
After his Ballon d'Or, I think he's one of the most weakest Ballon d'Or winner we've had. Just imagine that Iniesta never won it. Xavi never won it.
Even Lampard coming closer.
Lewandowski never won it. Ribery never won it. Rubin never won it. And then Dembele, Snyder never won it. And then they come in the history. And then
you mentioned Dembele.
Dembele is a Ballon d'Or winner. It doesn't make sense to me.
But he deserved it.
Well, I mean, we have inferior goods, so we'll just take it like that. So, but I think that against PSG, it's going to be a good sellout game for them.
Okay, so a good sellout game for you. We're about wrapping up because we'll be following that particular fixture keenly, and also that of the other EPL. The other fixtures as far as the Champions League is very much concerned. But for that's where we love to draw the curtain on the Planet Sports this afternoon. You have anything else to say before we wrap up?
I mean, just like, share,
comments, and that is that for you. So catch us, God willing, on Friday. We'll be bringing you the wrap of what really happened throughout the week. My name is Philip Kwame Ampofo, and he is Bafwa Amakwedu. Stay.